27 trillion. Oh my goddess. Are all the worries of W3 completely gone? Or is XRP set to explode? Does this mean there is still chance the markets might drastically drop? Hi, sweet individuals. Shalom. Earners of money. Like 2 seconds ago, I was almost ready to start filming the video when an alert went out. One of those signals then advises to be ready and near to a bomb shelter. We so got perhaps 20 minutes. I'm not sure either give or take before we start to hear the sirens. Thus, ideally the sirens follow me as I complete the film, but they might strike right in middle. I will thus wait if they fall in the midst. And then, should the apartment still be here, we shall carry on. Exactly. And as we shall see. I plan to show you a movie only showing how crucial it is to enter the bomb shelter, but I suppose I'll leave it aside. You people have no need of seeing those movies. Still, you will become agitated anyhow. Still, let's start with Gorgeous Smile. Smoshity, press that like button. XRP is so at $2.31, up 6.85% right now. XRP strikes the resistance level at $2.26 here. Somewhat pulled back. You are thinking about me. My nose started to itch, hence I had to sneeze. God blesses me. XRP then returned a little bit and was able to go on a second, try to break the 226 region, presently seated at 231. You know, I have already seen the headlines on several outlets. XRP is on its lunar trip. Let's hold our horses somewhat apart. Today's market is performing well. The stock market is performing reasonably. The crypto market is performing really well. Bitcoin adds $1, $8, and 1 cent, and 8 cents. Looking at it, though, Bitcoin isn't yet returned where it was on Thursday last week. And XRP truly possesses. XRP essentially has returned to where it was at the beginning of the war. In fact, it was Thursday night. Correct. Absolutely. Over Thursday and Friday. And, yes, since Friday, the children skipped school. We thus had a retreat between Thursday and Friday, and since then, struck the trend line, right, and subsequently bounced off of that. Fascinatingly, presently XRP, remember, was a sell. Interesting as it is a long-term one now, it is at a strong buy on all the moving averages except the simple moving average on the 200. Therefore, all the more short-term. Even the exponential is stating a buy right now. The simple is saying a sell. Will always be objective, although most of them advise buy now. Oscillators remain neutral, hence you may observe their flipping. 2 days later, right, people are saying, oh, XRP's end is here. Exactly. XRP is running to the bathroom? Yes. An hour returned, and the signal is alerting us once again. The indicators when it is approaching the $2 spectrum. It does not absolutely guarantee that XRP will keep on. XRP may also be somewhat more juicier than others since there was expectation of perhaps something related to the court case today, hence maybe in reference to ETFs. These are all rumors, hence I am not going to give them any weight. If it occurs, it does. We shouldn't be too discussing those kinds of things, in my opinion. It's very intriguing, though, that the market is responding rather favorably to what is happening. To all those calling for WW3, if there was even a 50% probability of WW3 right now, the S&P would be wouldn't be 2% from all-time high. S&P for 100 would indeed be down over 30%. Global will be above 100,000 or more. Should there be a 90 possibility WW3, the S&P would be down over 50%, and oil would be over 200. Gold would be above 10,000. The misery of the 10 headlines. Markets indicate we are far from WW3. This battle between Israel and Iran seems to be isolated for now, most of the time, and the markets are responding in line with that rather favorably. Once more, entering FOMC this week requires caution since we have seen instances whereby the market appears as if it is. We can start seeing, pump it up. We then somewhat stop, and everyone says, "Oh, I got caught again." Correct? We must once more pay attention to the dominance, down 0.25%. Not very large. We so have to keep things under observation. XRP once again, though following a small period of time whereby others were doing better. Ethereum was performing better. Bitcoin was performing better. Perhaps this is the yellow arrow, right? Just shifted to the right. Thus, perhaps this is the movement we were meant to move over here, which got destroyed under the circumstances. Thus, perhaps that occurs. See here. Again, I never advise you to purchase, sell, or hold, since I have no idea daily market conditions would be like. Although I can open a job, it is not absolutely accurate that it will be right. I have blunders in past times. I invest using my money since I will make faults once more. You also have to make your own choice and handle the investments using your funds. Obviously, not financial advice as well. Before you choose to invest, always perform due research on your own. Really, really crucial. Furthermore, keep in mind that I will never urge you to register for anything or send me any money on social media. Those are phony agents. Please kindly be quite careful out there. This is intriguing then. Once more, none actually are discussing this. I wanted to get it to you. The Middle East is covered most of the mainstream media. Iran, though I wouldn't classify it as the Middle East, okay? You could say, I suppose it is. All right? But major news from Japan, scheduled for tomorrow. Risk assets will rip if the Bank of Japan postpones quantitative tightening, and I always botch up the word, but the tightening and kicks in QE. Bitcoin will skyrocket, sets your clock to 3 a.m. GMT for staying. See here. Previously, the Bank of Japan has had an impact on the crypto markets. Now, actually, the negative side back August the last year. We will check whether this is happening tomorrow morning and whether the crypto market is affected. It will be fascinating. Still, Bank of Japan could be somewhat alleviating with QE. I'm not sure whether they will do it, though, since the president claimed that their circumstances are as bad as those of the Greek financial crisis. Tomorrow will show what is expected. Then, we have Wednesday, the FOMC conference. The conference is 2 days, but the announcement in that speech comes on Wednesday. Justin Tron is releasing himself into public. Justin Sun is discussing traveling to Wall Street with TRX-verified US listings. That's plenty more after Circle. I simply neglected the ticker. I would like to investigate that. 2 more times. Don't forget to hit the like button and check out the links in the description down below while I'm verifying. I only wanted to show you folks see our